Sex, drugs, and dementia is how members of Congress have actually described what is happening inside of Congress. Politico, I don't know why they decided to do this article, but they did. They talked to 25 different members of the House of Representatives, Democrats and Republicans, and just wanted to say, hey, tell us about your job. Like, what really goes on? What's happening here?
They weren't looking for this. Is that what you're saying?
Right. They just wanted people to, let the public know what Congress is really like. And I don't think they expected the answers that they got here.
What did they find, Farron?
You have multiple members that have said, listen, there's a lot of people that are just drunk all the time. Not that anybody's been necessarily falling down blackout drunk during a vote, but you did have one lawmaker say, yeah, I have seen that. Pretty much after 5 o'clock, the bar is open for these folks, is the big takeaway. But the more dangerous, well, look, not that voting drunk isn't bad. The real scary part.
Not that voting drunk isn't bad, you said.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good.
It's a problem, isn't it?
But the bigger problem is that even if they're sober, they've said there's at least 12 different members who do not have mental faculties at all to do the job.
And that's a pretty strong kind of statement.
Yeah.
Not only they don't have mental faculties, if you look behind the stories, they go and vote on things they haven't even read. Okay? They're at the bar. Okay, they're spending 3-4 hours at the bar before they go in at 11 p.m. to vote. When they show up, they haven't read the material.
Right.
They're saying, what's the headline on this? They don't know the details of it. Here's what always fascinates me about the way we regard these politicos, the congressmen, the senators, specifically Congress. Most of these people come from really kind of weird backgrounds. I mean, we're not talking about rocket scientists or great statesmen or, we're not talking about exceptional people. We're talking about way, way below average people. Whether they're debit insurance salesmen knocking on doors, I got your debit insurance here, or whether they served one time on the school board, whether they're bar owners, strip joint next down. This is
car dealership.
Car
folks.
dealership, used car primarily. But you've got these people that all of a sudden they're elected into the office, and we think, wow, isn't that special? And give me a few names that come to your mind when we say, we regard this name special. Go ahead, just roll them out. I know you do it every day.
I mean, in terms of the one that I think are, a little special, we've got Lauren Boebert, who doesn't even have a high school degree.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, just absolute. Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene owned a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
Now, her parents owned a very successful multi-million-dollar construction company.
Not her.
Right. They gave her the money for it, and so she owned a gym.
Yeah.
You had people like Matt Gaetz who spent 2 seconds, as a lawyer before immediately going into politics. You've got some of these other folks that came from, like, hey, I was, just working at this place, a minimum wage job. Now suddenly I'm here. And I think the issue is, and I think this is kind of what you're hinting at a little, is maybe there needs to be some kind of a grace period for some of these people that just get to D.C., because you can get to D.C., get sworn in as a freshman, and suddenly you're voting on the budget for the entire country. You don't know what the hell's going on.
No.
You don't know where the bathrooms are. Maybe let's try to probation. I don't know, but something.
It's not like they get there with a wealth of depth to begin with. We're not talking about But see, the American public. Oh my God, Congresswoman is here.
Yeah.
The Congresswoman was making $15 an hour working at Burger King before she ran for Congress and won. I mean, that's basically what we're talking about here. But we have this mystical edge that we put towards Congress as if there's something special. No, this talks about they're drunks. They've got mental problems. They barely understand the issues. They don't prepare for the issues.
The number of extramarital affairs happening is shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, one of these people, because I went through this Politico article because it's weird the way they set it up. But one of them said, listen, I think what a lot of people don't realize is how little money we make make $174,000 a year. Average U.S. income is $70 a year.
Right.
He's like, people don't understand. For my first 2 years here, I didn't even have a car. That was his quote. We make so little money.
I
didn't
slept
even
in my
have.
office.
Yeah.
That was a Joe Scar. I made so little I slept in my. No, you made so you slept in your office because you squandered your money. But the point is until we can get past this mystical belief that somehow there's something special about those folks that were making $15 an hour, selling debit insurance, and now they're a congressperson. And we're supposed to pay attention to them.
I mean, some of them who can't even spell congressperson,
Yeah.
or
like you said, don't even have high school education.
Yeah, and others who don't even understand what it is they're doing on any daily basis.
Yeah.
They think, oh, this is my path to stardom.
Yeah.
I get to go on the cable news shows. Oh,
Right.
look at this. I'm talking to George Stephanopoulos on Sunday morning. This
And
is
say
great.
really stupid stuff.
Yeah, the dumbest things we've ever seen.
This week, Congress, I don't know her name, she was one of the dancing girls in the ACO thing, says that there are no laws against coming into the United States illegally. Those are the terms. There are no laws against coming into the United States illegally. This is a congresswoman who, oh, by the way, also has a law degree. And she thinks, let me make a statement like, these are the numbnuts they have out there doing that kind of thing, because all of a sudden they go from working at Burger King to their congresspeople,
Welcome to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel. I am Farron Cousins, the host of Ring of Fire here on YouTube. I don't know if this is your first time here, or maybe you're somebody who comes here every single day, but either way, let me tell you what's going on. Ring of Fire was actually started in the year 2004 by none other than our own America's lawyer, Mike Papantonio. And over the last 20 plus years, Ring of Fire has gone from being a 1-hour weekend radio program on Air America through a series of changes. Go Left TV, which we started back in 2007. We've been on the Young Turks network. And of course, this very YouTube channel here that started, obviously, as they all do, with no subscribers. And we've now ballooned to well over 1 million as we go on our way to that 2 million mark. So again, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Take a few minutes, look around. We have content that actually goes back 20 years. So there's lots to see, there's lots to do. And trust me, with the next 4 years of Donald Trump getting back in office, we will be here every day, every single day with fresh content for you to keep you informed about what's happening and, of course, to warn you of the potential dangers that Donald Trump poses as we approach his second term.